Alright, you guys, welcome back to Russell Family Reactions. We're here tonight to check out some more epic videos. This one is going to take us into mysteries. The name of this one is Internet Mysteries That Will Send You Down the Rabbit Hole. Really stoked to check this one out. I don't know what we're going to get into with this one. But all that being said, let's get this reaction, man.
Anyone who visits the internet regularly will know that it isn't always sunshine and rainbows. Newsflash! The internet is super weird sometimes. Some things just can't be easily explained, and coming up are some of the strangest mysteries that will send you down the rabbit hole. Finn's Gold. This story has all the makings of a classic treasure hunt, except no one has ever completed this quest alive, and probably never will. It all begins with this guy, Forrest Fenn. Fenn is an eccentric 87-year-old multi-millionaire who made his fortune collecting mostly Native American artifacts as if they're from some mystical ancient civilization and not real-life people whose stuff was stolen. But I digress. In 1988, then 58-year-old Fenn was diagnosed with terminal kidney cancer and told he only had 3 years to live. Instead of, donating some of the artifacts to museums, Fenn gathered up over $1 million worth of his prized possessions, including chunks of gold as big as chicken eggs, stuck them in a bronze treasure chest, and planned to bury it somewhere in the wilderness to be found after he was long gone. In an unexpected twist of fate, Fenn managed to beat the cancer by 1993, and the plan was put on hold until his 80th birthday. On that day, 17 years later, he took the 40-pound, 10-by-10-inch chest somewhere into the Rocky Mountains and buried it at a height of some 5,000 feet. Of course, a good scavenger hunt is nothing without clues, so his next move was to write a mysterious 24-line poem which allegedly contained all the information needed to track down the treasure. The poem was released with his self-published memoir, The Thrill of the Chase, and once word had spread through the internet, the hunt was on. The ensuing search for Finn's Gold hasn't only been nigh on impossible, it's also proved deadly. What started as one old man's ploy to tempt people away from their electronic devices and into the great outdoors became a worldwide race to find Willy Wonka's golden ticket. Blogs, message boards, forums, and even a YouTube show dedicated to solving the mystery quickly cropped up online. What seemed like a bit of fun for armchair detectives and outdoor adventurers gained a dark reputation in January 2016 when 54-year-old Randy Bilyeu went missing while searching for the treasure and was discovered dead on the banks of the Cochiti Lake in New Mexico 6 months later. In total, 5 hopeful explorers have now lost their lives on the perilous quest to recover Finn's Gold. Despite all this, Fenn has refused to call off the hunt, even ignoring the advice of New Mexico's police chief who highlighted the potential dangers it posed. To this date, the buried treasure remains, buried. Although Fenn claims that some explorers have come within 200 feet, no one has actually ever laid eyes on the bounty. In fact, there's no evidence that the 80-year-old man hiked up the mountain with the chest on his back in the first place. And yet, with each new death, the stakes only grow higher. For all we know, Finn's Gold is just the world's most elaborate wild goose chase. But that isn't going to stop people from searching for it. Jedis in the Land of Ta. Let's move away from tragic deaths for now and focus instead on a neat little mystery that somehow tapped into the internet's collective consciousness. Jedis in the Land of Ta. The story begins on June 21st, 2017 when comedian Nate Fernald posted a picture of this pen on Twitter. Apparently, Fernald collects loads of vintage pens, but this one caught his eye. Although the character wasn't particularly interesting or well known, the strange shaggy creature still seemed eerily familiar. At the time, plugging Jedis-related keywords into Google turned up virtually no search results, so perhaps the pen was just some quirky anomaly. Strangely enough though, Fernald was able to source more identical pens on eBay, and before he knew it, he'd amassed quite a collection of the peculiar little fellas. Surely this proved that Jedis was a character worth mass-producing rather than just some random one-off, but there was one hitch. None of the sellers could tell Fernald where Jedis came from. After expressing his frustrations on Twitter, it seemed Fernald had once again reached a dead end. Then on August 1st, someone replied to Fernald's tweet with another Jedis-related item, a sticker sheet. This time, there were a whole host of characters, not just Jedis, along with the generic name, the Land of Ta. Soon, 2 more sticker sheets had turned up online, one showing the Women of Ta, where push-up bras seemed to be mandatory, and another featuring a group of barbarians and monsters. Surely this was enough evidence to suggest that the Land of Ta was some forgotten 80s franchise. Whether it was a cartoon, a video game, a board game, or a book series, Jedis had to have come from somewhere, right? Wrong. Google Trend Analysis even shows that there was no search interest in either Jedis or the Land of Ta before Fernald's original tweet. Weird. Of course, people all over the internet soon joined in. They remembered Jedis too. They weren't just sure where from. Was this a classic case of the Mandela effect? Had the internet been collectively duped into remembering a totally made-up franchise? And most importantly, what was Jedis? Despite 3 years of internet sleuthing, no one can be 100% sure what the Land of Ta was, or even if it existed outside of this limited merchandise. Here's what we do know. The sticker sheets were made by the adhesive label company Denison, which had since become Avery Dennison, and has offered no real insight into the origin of the stickers. However, Denison doesn't make pens, which means the Jedis pen was produced by another company. This would have cost way more than the stickers to make, so why bother doing it if the design didn't relate to something with fans who actually wanted it? Jedis is also the only character to have been turned into a pen, which suggests he had some larger role to play. But he isn't even central on the sticker sheet. Ultimately, it seems like there are more questions than answers with this puzzling internet mystery. The main one being, do you remember Jedis?
No, that's the first time I've ever seen that.
Kate Yup is a YouTuber who joined the platform in 2018 and gained a following by posting regular mukbang videos where she devours huge amounts of raw seafood on camera. Except no one really knows who Kate Yup is. Even her profile picture is just a random stock image. Okay, she values her privacy, so what? According to online super sleuths, there might be something more sinister at work here, and it's enough to send shivers down your spine. Even before Kate Yup found herself at the center of the internet's hottest conspiracy, some might say her content raised a few red flags. Firstly, Yup never speaks in her videos. In fact, the sound of her chewing is the only thing you'll ever hear, which isn't everyone's cup of tea. Secondly, we never see her whole face, and she seems to wear some sort of eye mask in every video. So she has her quirks, but these aren't the only things that raise suspicions. On 21st of June in 2019, Yup uploaded a video where you can see visible bruises on her arm and a cut on her lip, which weren't there before. In the same video, Yup starts randomly tapping the rim of the bowl she's eating from, which online detectives quickly interpreted as Morse code and translated to mean, "I need help." There was only one logical explanation. Kate Yup was being held against her will, starved, and then forced to eat obscene amounts of food for clicks. It sounds ridiculous, I know. But the clues collected by people who were genuinely concerned for this woman's safety started to stack up pretty fast. As Yup's videos gained more attention and #SaveKateYup spread online, thousands of armchair detectives put their own 2 pence in about her potentially dangerous situation. Although Yup supposedly films alone, viewers claim that there was always someone in the room with her in her videos. At one point, after Yup starts eating unusually fast, the table moves as if someone had kicked it, while in other videos people said they could hear someone instructing her off camera to just eat. Hurry up, or eat faster. Though Kate herself never speaks in the videos, she does include on-screen captions, but these only stoke the fires of conspiracy further. Take a look at the way she randomly capitalizes letters in this caption. Is it just coincidence that the initials read SOS? Surely it was time for Kate Yup to respond to the allegations. And she did, just not how people expected. In a pinned comment, Yup denied the claims about Morse code and the whole captive theory, but eagle-eyed viewers were still not convinced. Many pointed out that the comment had clearly been copied from somewhere else. The entire thing was even written in the third person. 2 months later, Kate Yup uploaded another video which she titled, "I Am Alive." You know, as if things weren't already creepy enough. Despite including various captions throughout the video, she capitalized just 4 individual letters. Letters that just so happened to spell out help. This is where things get real weird. Enter missing 16-year-old girl Carly Goose. This California teen mysteriously disappeared in the early morning of Saturday 13th, October 2018, and has not been seen since. What does this have to do with Kate Yup? Well, internet detectives drew some uncanny connections between the two by focusing on Yup's physical features, mostly her chin, nose, and smile, which seem eerily similar to those belonging to Carly Goose. This plays perfectly into the whole being held captive theory, but there's one hole in the theory. Kate Yup posted her first video some 6 months before Goose disappeared. On November 10th, 2019, Yup uploaded her final video to date. Midway through eating, she loses a tooth and carries on as if nothing happens. There's not even any blood. This led some to speculate that Yup suffers from bulimia, which would explain why her teeth are rotting due to constant vomiting. Towards the end of the video, she includes a caption which reads, "I can die in peace after this bite." And just like that, Kate Yup vanished from YouTube. At least for now. What do you think? Is this a classic case of internet hysteria, or is Kate Yup really hiding something more sinister?
Honestly,
WebDriver
don't know.
Torso.
That's weird. That's super
Finally, let's
weird,
look
though.
at another YouTube channel which sparked a mystery that left internet users scratching their heads. WebDriver Torso. Despite its ominous name, the content of this channel is not nearly as threatening as it sounds. In fact, every video is pretty much the same. Some variation of red and blue blocks flashing across a white background accompanied by random beeping noises. Hardly the most thrilling content. The channel first got going in 2013 and quickly amassed over 80,000 of these cryptic clips. The strangest thing was how frequently they were uploaded, with some being posted within 20 seconds of each other. While most are around 11 seconds long, my personal favorite, the pièce de résistance, is 25 solid minutes of pure unadulterated weirdness. As web citizens caught wind of the strange goings-on at WebDriver Torso, the race was on to find out who or what was behind the channel, and why they had so much time on their hands. Initial theories were about as far-flung as they get. This is the internet after all. As people suggested the videos were an elaborate advertising campaign, encoded spy messages, or proof that extraterrestrials were trying to communicate. The truth, unfortunately, is more mundane than you could imagine. Although efforts to track down the channel's creator were unsuccessful, New York-based software tester Asal Vargas happened to spot one of the videos online and recognized them from an automation conference he had attended a year before. In the presentation, the British firm YouView had explained that they needed to quickly and reliably upload digital video, which they tested by uploading short, randomly generated snippets online. But there's a twist. WebDriver Torso did not belong to YouView. As the infuriating web phenomenon captured the internet's collective imagination, people started noticing strange anomalies on the channel. Like this random Eiffel Tower video which stuck out like a sore thumb. Then came the biggest clue that something more was afoot. Committed viewers noticed that the video titled TMP RKRL85 takes a rather unexpected turn. Everyone with a dial-up connection would recognize those as the unmistakable dance moves of Rick Astley himself. That's right, WebDriver Torso had just rickrolled the entire internet. And if that isn't the 21st century equivalent of laying down the gauntlet, I don't know what is. Italian blogger Sagetto Ventuno deserves a medal for his work in cracking the puzzle. Through some serious internet sleuthing, Ventuno discovered that the channel belonged to a network of accounts called YT Upload Test Partner _Torso. A Google Plus account associated with this network then led Ventuno to a linked Facebook page belonging to a Google employee named Matej Gruber, who just so happens to be mentioned in the comments of the Eiffel Tower clip. Suddenly, the game was up, and Google released a statement confirming that WebDriver Torso was nothing but a channel they used to keep tabs on upload quality. No aliens, no CIA conspiracy, just Google having a laugh with the internet over a totally accidental mystery. Touché, Google. Do you know about any more internet mysteries I should check out? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.
Wow. Definitely some interesting stuff. Definitely some weird stuff too. I don't know what to think of some of it. I really don't. Head scratching. But that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Yeah, like I said, if y'all are enjoying these, please hit the like button. Let me know that you are, and go down in the comments and request stuff for me to check out. But until the next one, we'll see you later.